Hi, my name is Ofer, and thank you for joining our webinar on building sourcing infrastructure for an AI-accelerated world. Since this webinar is very much connected to AI, I asked Claude to help me come up with a good opening joke. After a number of unsuccessful attempts, I decided it was too risky and asked him for a quote instead of a joke. He came back with one from Larry David, the creator of Seinfeld, if you're not familiar with the name. And since you can all immediately see why it caught my attention, I decided to keep it. So here is the quote. Anyone can be confident with a full head of hair, but a confident bald man, as you can see, there is your diamond in the rough. So with that as our AI-generated opening, let me introduce to you Sourcix. Sourcix is a venture-backed startup focused on solving the pain of sourcing custom mechanical parts. We support clients in the US and Israel through a supplier network of more than 200 manufacturers across 14 countries. Our customers range from small startup to large established defense contractors. We work with companies across a wide range of industries, including quantum computing, space, drones, robotics, audio, and more. Today's webinar has two parts. In the first part, I will present the core concepts behind our platform and explain how we use AI. In the second part, my partner, Or, will give a live demo of the platform and show how it can be used today. We are continuously developing new capabilities and more features will be added soon. Now let's get started. Oh, thank you. Before we talk about the solution, I want to ground this in what changed in the market. Custom mechanical sourcing has become much harder over the last few years. We are dealing with tariff volatility, constant changes in tariff lines, unstable supplier availability, and lead times that can still stretch from few months to almost a year for complex parts. On top of that, sourcing is shifting geographically. Teams that used to rely heavily on one region now need to rebuild supplier network across different countries like Mexico, Eastern Europe, India, and other countries. So the challenge is no longer just finding a supplier. The challenge is navigating a moving target. Cost, capacity, geography, and compliance are all changing at the same time. And when the environment gets harder, the weaknesses in the existing workflow becomes even more obvious. This is what sourcing workflow still looks like in many companies today. A drawing or BOM comes in. Someone has to manually extract the specs, material, tolerances, process requirements, certifications. Then the buyer starts hunting for suppliers, usually through existing relationship, spreadsheets, personal networks, or marketplaces. RFQs go out one by one, often with incomplete or inconsistent information. And finally, quotes come back in different formats and get normalized manually in spreadsheets. So the process is fragmented from end to end. It depends on a lot of human effort, a lot of back and forth, and a lot of tribal knowledge. That makes it slow, inconsistent, and very hard to scale. But the biggest bottleneck is not just the manual work, it's the fact that the buyers are constrained by the suppliers network they already know. Or please switch. Thanks. This slide gets into the human reality of sourcing. Every buyer is limited by the number of suppliers they know well. Bringing in a new supplier takes time and carries risk. If something goes wrong with the new supplier, that failure reflects on the buyer. Existing suppliers, on the other hand, are easier to justify. They get the benefit of the doubt. And suppliers understand this dynamic. They know switching is risky, which means prices stay high and competition stays limited. So even when better option exists in the market, the workflow naturally pushes team back towards the same legacy supplier. That's not because buyers are doing a bad job. It's because the system makes expansion difficult. So the question becomes, how do you break that constraints without creating more work and more risk for the buyer? That's where the AI comes in. Oh, thank you. At a high level, what we do is turn messy, unstructured engineering data into sourcing intelligence. We start with inputs like drawing, bill of material, supplier responses, certification, and historical RFQs. Then we structure that information into fields that actually matter for sourcing, like material, tolerances, geometry, and process type. Once the data is structured, intelligence becomes possible. Now we can do vendor matching, process prediction, similarity search, and sourcing recommendations. So the important idea here, not yet all, so the important idea here is that AI is not replacing sourcing judgment. It's creating the structured foundation that sourcing teams need in order to make faster and better decisions. And once you have the structure layer, you can apply AI in multiple places across the workflow. Now, please, Or. This is how AI shows up inside Source6 in practice. At the center is the sourcing workflow, and around it we apply AI capability that solves specific bottlenecks. Drawing verification, for example, just to make sure that all the information on the drawing is correct and also correspond to the 3D file. Anonymization, which Or will describe later in the actual demonstration. BOM classification, which technology is necessary? Is it a sheet metal? Is it a 3D? Is it milling or turning? Anything. Vendor matching, similarity catalog. We can show you which parts are very similar to the ones you have to purchase today. And of course, price analysis. So we can give you a target, which price you should get. Then we combine those capability with both the customer own supplier network and the Source6 networks. This is, you can see on the bottom of the slide. So this is not a big black box. It's a set of targeted AI functions that support sourcing decisions at each step. The result is that buyer can move much faster without losing control, and they can work from both their trusted network and the broader qualified supply base that we can provide them. One of the clearest example of this is supplier matching. So let me show you how that works. This slide shows the matching logic in a very practical way. The buyer starts by defining the constraints: process, geography, certification, quantity, lead time, and target price. In this example here, it's a CNC machining, it's a US geography, ISO or AS certification. The quantity here, it's 120. The lead time, less than 6 weeks, and the target budget. From there, the AI filters a large supplier network. In this example, 4,200 suppliers, based on compliance, geography, and logistics, and available capacity. That narrows the field down to a much smaller set of qualified suppliers. Then the system ranks the best matches so that the buyer starts with a prioritized shortlist instead of a blank page. That's the real value. Instead of spending time searching manually, the buyer spends time making decision from a qualified set of options. And once you can do this consistently, the entire workflow start to change, which is what we will show you next when Or will present the actual platform and will demo its capabilities. Or, please.
Thank you, Ofer. Thank you, Ofer. So now basically, I'm going to show you a quick demonstration, trying to gather up all the practical things that you can do on the platform. It's like a single glance of our capability related to the sourcing itself, okay? So basically on your left-hand side, you see the life cycle of a project. Basically, it's like what you are doing nowadays, no change, basically, starting from creating the RFQ, save it on draft, bidding, quote, production, and archive. No, we didn't change nothing in the process, same process almost 100, 200 years. So I will create my RFQ. I will click here. I will click, let's give it a name, speed test. We can automate everything by agent or by integration to your ERP system, but I will show it manually in order to let you understand what we are doing. So I will drag all the bone here using Excel or manual. It will be automatically matched according to the name. If you have a specific, in this example, it's like a sheet metal. So we have 3D model, 2D model, and DXF. So the DXF related to the two main drawing and CAD file. Then I will click next. In this time, the platform start to analyze the files, and then I will move to the technical stage of the bid creation. Okay, so it's take a thing. Okay, it's arrived. Basically, I can define it automatically, but I will show you very efficient how we can do it manually in order to let you understand what stands behind all the technical data that the platform need in order to match right. If you remember, this is exactly what Ofer said. We are creating metadata, and we are using the technical data, and in this way we are can source and help you to source the project right. So basically, I will choose the production type. It can be generated automatically, as Ofer mentioned, but for example, I will do it this way. Let's say I want 100 pieces. I can also mention and provide the target price, but it's not a must. It can also generated by the price prediction from the previous stage that you did. Let's say it's alloy. Everything should be according to the drawing. If you want to overcome, because it's a quick R&D sample, so you can overcome and say, I don't need any finish. I also determine the quality layer of the project. Let's say I want a formal inspection, and I will also determine the rate, 20%. And I also want a full report of the material and the processes. And here I also can write a technical note related to the part level. Next, I finish the technical one, and then I'm moving to the commercial side of the bid creation. I can choose, I have three plans, basically urgent. If you have a vendor nearby, you will see pop up the urgent plan, quick and flexible. Basically, those plans determine what is the bid time, what is the, until when the vendors that will see the project will have time to submit the bids, and what is the production date. So let's say I need to take a decision within 48 hours, but the production is very flexible, 1st of June. So I will choose this. Every input, also the commercial and also the technical from the previous stage, is important, as you probably know, and it affects on the result itself. Last stage of the bid creation. Until now, the platform analyzed your production files and took the technical and the commercial data, and then you have subset of vendors that can fit your this specific project. Those are the countries from our network. If you don't want, you can control. I don't want, let's say I want just from the United States, Serbia. Let's say I don't want those countries. So you are control. We create a structure and you control the information. Let's fix this. And other features that are important, so I can also create my AVL, approved vendor list, from our network or from yours, and you can combine the bids. And let's say you work with us, and then someone provide you a good job, you can create CNC from United Kingdom. Okay, so also the platform will analyze the drawing, and then it will cross with the subset of the approved vendor list, and then the bid will be shared for them. A few more things. You can determine the certifications that you want. You can add any certifications that you would like. In this specific case, let's say I want aerospace certification for this project. And last two features, the platform also can analyze and provide you a best combine offer, which is very, very important. Let's say I upload 100 parts and I want that a single vendor will produce everything. So I will click it. If not, I will allow the platform to calculate the best combine. For example, 40 parts from Arizona, 20 parts from Ohio, including the shipping. And if it will be the optimized way to purchase, it will suggest you a best combine. Anonymization, which it's very, very important feature, which allow you to protect, except the NDAs and the platform and the cybersecurity that's in the platform, that like a bit more sophisticated from the emails that most of our clients used before they started to work with us. So in this case, you can anonymize the template itself, the names of the engineers, name and logo in the drawing, and it will be reshaped to SourceX brand, and then you can protect your IP, except the NDAs and such. After that, I can determine the shipping information globally, which is like very, very important. If I have a question, I can save a draft. If not, I will submit. After I submit, the project will start, will enter to a bidding. Before we release the project, one of our mechanical engineer review the project and see, and also the AI review it to see if you determine the things correctly. For example, you didn't ask for ABS with anodized, something like that. So those things we are not reviewing and provide you engineering review, but we are verify that the project is like have the common sense correctly. So while the project in the bidding, everything is notified. You can notify by Slack or by email or whatever, also to your phone. In this stage, the project in the bidding, you see this is the time left for the participant to place a bid. Until now, 4 manufacturers provide a quote. If you have a question, if the vendor have a question, you can put the question here, and it's like anonymized, and everyone that is participating in the bid can see the question and answer, but in an anonymized way. And you can also mention and provide the note. It's important after you spread many bid and you have a specific revision, you don't need to look in the mail who you send what. It's a central way to control the bid. Eventually the bid is closed and you get notified, and then you'll see this kind of quotes. Let's take a look. You will see either best combine or multiple offers for multiple geography according to your definition. For example, in this case, we see Turkey, United States, Hungary, and China. It's a good example, a real example for a company that like to expand their network in the sheet metal industry, sheet metal fabrication. Let's take the United States, for example. You can see the breakdown to see the part, the drawing itself. You can see the shipping cost, including tariff or tax if it's outside the US. Here in the US, just the shipping line. See our handling, subtotal, total. You see the delivery expectation, and if there are any technical notes raised by the vendor, specific vendor, it will be mentioned here. Okay, very nice. If you would like to order, it's very easy. We have a payment and everything, but I want to focus about the technical way. So here, let's stop for a moment. Until now, the platform receive your files, analyzed it according to your commercial and technical data and the quality aspects that you feel. The platform choose who should participate in the bid according to the historical data, and eventually you get recommendation. All of those quotes are legit quotes that can address your specific project. After you order, you can manage the production specifically, and you have a direct access. We are not hiding the vendors. We are very proud of our vendors. You can see the name of the vendors. You can see and communicate directly with the production files, production floor that related to a specific part. You can chat with the vendor, ask for, he can ask for deviation. You can ask for a specific thing. You can ask a picture or whatever, but you could communicate directly with the vendor. Basically, this is the idea behind the production floor. It's a very efficient way to control it. This is it. After you finish, after the product finish the production, you will receive all the quality layer and all the quality reports here. It will be documented under your archive, and you can reorder from the same supplier. You can reorder, you can see what was the prices, what was the bidding, everything documented here. And this is like a single glance demonstrate how you can source in the same way you are doing today, but a little bit more smarter using our network or add your own vendor. This is until now. Now coming back. So basically what we saw according to what we saw until now. So Ofer described a little bit about the information, what changed, how the procedures nowadays are evolving over time. And basically the things that the jobs that need to be done are the same as before. Maybe the amount of project, the amount of parts are increasing day by day, but the functionality is kept the same. And we are trying to provide the ability for a specific buyer, a specific engineer, or specific procurement manager to control everything and to use the data he have in his organization and the data we collected over the years, and trying to not automate, but to make the procedure more smarter. Okay, so every step is like we are trying to make the ability to do it in a smart way, starting from the RFQ, how you create it, how you send it, how you spread it. It's not many to many. It's a very accurate way to spread and choose. How the supplier selected, if there are any risk, how we flag, how we track, and also how we deliver. Okay, so basically, those are the things that we're doing today. And if we want to sum up everything, I think that the AI is like it's a crazy revolution that happen nowadays. And we are trying in the past, we started the journey a few years ago, but in the past, at least several months and 2 years ago, we are trying to create a structure that help hardware company to take decision better. We believe that the AI can help you scale and handle complexity, handle to connect the dots and connect the data that you have between the parts, commercial and the supplier, and how you evolve this over time. But on the other hand, the people control, leverage the context, own the certification, and apply judgment. I think that it's like, we have a good sentence that we are saying to our customers, successful scaling doesn't come from better supply, it comes from procurement infrastructure. And this is what we're trying to build here in SourceX, to provide you infrastructure specifically dedicated to custom mechanical parts. This is it. I see we have several questions. Ofer, you can add, but you want to add something, Ofer?
Yes, I just want to say that this of course is available today. You can try it. You can log on to our website at sourcexai.com and start your first project and start benefiting from the features of this platform. As Or mentioned, we are dealing with two main issues. One is to use AI to collect and to structure all the data that is involved in the purchasing process. And the second one is basically automating the process. And also automating the process can be done through this platform or through other means. We are working on, in the future, there will be agents that will help you do the sourcing process, and everything that we build is open for use. We have, different clients use the platforms differently, and we are very open to share more information with those who are interested how to use this technology. Just to mention one thing before we jump into the questions, we are now, when we structure all the data from the custom mechanical parts, we collect information from the 2D drawing and the 3D file, and we merge it together into one JSON file that basically have all this, the integration between all the information from the 2D and the 3D file. And with this, we are able to learn a lot about these parts, and then be able to deliver to you some more insights into what you need to buy and how to buy it, from whom to buy it, what price. So all this relevant information is much more accessible now without the need to be an expert in any specific field. And as we know, purchasing are human beings. They cannot be expert in everything. Each one of them has his own expertise. And we try to basically equalize this know-how by using AI and extracting this information, give you all this data available, whether you are an expert in this specific technology or even if you are not an expert, you will be up to speed with all the information that we can provide you before you buy the parts. So this was just my
Thank you, sir. So coming back to the questions, we have several questions here. So the first question, can I use this only for custom mechanical parts or also for standard off-shelf components? So obviously it's a good question. Basically, we launch our services for custom mechanical, but I don't think we mentioned it, but our service provide the ability to source from a part level coming up to a full BOM or full assembly mechanical. I think if it's part of, and this is what we are seeing nowadays from our customers in the past years, if it's involved, if you upload an assembly, so part of that, obviously, off-shelf components are part of the idea. If you look just for on-shelf, I think our value is not, will not provide you the optimized way, even though you can do so. But I think you can look for other specific platforms that offer off-shelf. So basically, the answer is yes. We are address those things. Second question: can I upload a BOM directly from our PLM system? So yes, we have integration. Simple integration that doesn't involve invest in time or resources using our agents and Excels. So we have those capabilities. Basically, yes. Okay, again, what happened when sometimes goes wrong? Sorry, what happened when something goes wrong after the order delayed? Okay, so basically, let's put the platform itself and the AI usage and how we offer you a very sophisticated way to source. We have also our operation teams, and we provide full guarantee from the parts that being ordered from our network. It's a bit different story if you want to use the platform to source with your vendors, but if you're using our network, we are sourcing in scale. We are sourcing to multiple companies. Part of them you can see in this screen. So we are providing a full guarantee. You can open a ticket here, and one of our accounts escort the process and contact the vendors. You have a communicated central way to communicate with the vendors. I think because we need our platform and our technology provide us the ability to source in accurate way, the percentage of the problems are decreased because we are sourcing to a vendors that can provide and can produce because he produced in the past, and it's not a surprise. It's an accurate way to take a decision. So I think it's also very good questions. Another question: can you provide details on your information security policies and any compliance standards or certification you maintain? So basically, we have several standards that we're complying. Part of the solution, as Ofer mentioned before, we have multiple products. Part of our products are addressing SOC 2. Part of them are secured and cyber secured and using encrypted servers. But let's assume you're using nowadays the email, which can be forward. This is like a one step ahead, regardless the certification. We have rules, we have contracts with our suppliers, and we have a protocol that we are follow. I will be happy to address a specific way, but to sum up, part of the solution are addressing SOC 2, the other one are encrypted, and you also can use our services to anonymize the drawing, and also kept in this way. Okay. Another question I see that people are asking what are the typical clients. So I think those products, the idea is that we are flexible, like the AI era. And I think it's the starting point sometimes in the past came from the engineering team, but nowadays we have multiple customers that being used by the engineering team itself, just for R&D, prototyping, and we have operation and procurement and strategic buyer that are buying scale up mid-series and full series production. I think it's a very, very flexible, and you will define what will be the output that you want, but both of the area in the company, either engineering, also operation, are using engineering this. Very good. Okay, more questions. Let's see. Oh, okay, so we'll pretty answer everything. So again, last thing. Yeah, basically all the productions. I see someone again ask about the certification. So all the cybersecurity certification I try to address. Part of the solution is SOC 2, part of is like encrypted. Regarding the production certification, so you will determine what you need, and obviously our network contain almost everything, starting from aerospace, moving on to medical. So you will determine, if you remember, in the last stage, before you release your project, you also can determine what are the certification that you would like to have. Also simple management, ISO 9001, and also the certificated one, aerospace and so on. So basically food grade and everything will be guided according to your definition. Very good. So yes, I think we're going to finish, Ofer, unless you want to add something. I think we really enjoyed for our conversation. Ofer, thank you for sharing with us. Ofer is one of our experts in this field. So I would like that you would take from here one thing, that we created a structure and central way to take a decision oriented specifically for custom mechanical. And our services is available now on site. You can create your account, upload the project as a test, immediately see the results. And if you would like to hear more, we invited you to book a demo on our website, and we'll be happy to share our further services from price prediction and all the AI services that we have. Thank you very much, guys. Ofer, thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.